reading the bill, one thing that struck me was that the unborn child is not mentioned in the bill. Even in the definition of gestation, the word fetus is avoided, and only the word pregnancy is used. And in fact, the only clause in the entire bill that uses the word fetus, let alone baby or child, but the only clause that uses the word fetus is the clause that couldn't possibly avoid using that word, because it's about whether the fetus has a disability and therefore should be deemed not worthy of being allowed to live. So the bill itself is utterly dehumanising. The rights of the unborn child are nowhere to be seen.
Well, whatever your viewpoint and your group and other groups' absolute views that life begins at fertilisation, conception, has that gone against you here, though, and other anti-abortion groups? Because it doesn't seem that you're allowing yourself any form of compromise.
Well, for example, yesterday at the Women's March, we showed a picture of a 22-week aborted fetus. And all the images we use are of real aborted fetuses. And what...
so some say they've been doctored.
Well, you can check that. These have all been signed by abortion providers. You can look on our website and see the references. That's abort67.co.uk.
So you can categorically confirm they haven't been doctored?
Categorically, yeah. They have been affirmed and signed off by abortion providers themselves. And it's interesting, when people try to dispute these photos, I wonder why they're doing that. What do they think an abortion does look like? Because the abortion providers describe it as the removal of a pregnancy. But you can't remove a pregnancy. You remove a fetus, having killed it. Surely,
though, your case would have been strengthened if you'd have said, look, we're anti-abortion, but perhaps in exceptional circumstances, such as rape, for example, we will support that.
Well, people have been saying this all over the last week or so that I've been here, but there is already provision for that on the Isle of Man. Abortion is already granted for exceptional reasons. The bill that Dr. Allinson is trying to pass is abortion for any reason.
Well, is that true? Because I mean, it's not quite correct factually, is it, to say that abortions can be carried out at up to 24 weeks for any reason at all?
In the proposed bill, do you mean? In the proposed bill, absolutely, because health is defined in the bill as physical, mental or social well-being. What that means is if a woman says, well, my partner isn't really keen on having a baby, or this will interfere with my career opportunities, that's a social well-being situation. And so there is absolutely no way any doctor could deny any woman any abortion for any reason.
Do you believe our politicians realise this?
I heard some of the MHKs speaking during the Women's March. Paul Moulton interviewed some of them, and it seemed quite clear to me that some of these MHKs hadn't even really read the bill properly. One of them said, I don't think there's an exclusion. He's talking about buffer zones, about having people like us off the streets because our message is uncomfortable for those seeking to defend abortion. But he didn't seem particularly clear that he had read the bill. He also talked about wide consultation with various experts and so on. The truth is, and the people of the Isle of Man need to hear this, the consultation happened, and then 7 amendments happened since then, including lifting the limit from 14 weeks to 24 weeks.
Well, that's not strictly true, is it? Because that 24-week limit was always in the bill in certain circumstances.
Absolutely not. The 14-week limit was clear at the time of the public consultation. And then Dr. Allinson, I think quite sneakily, changed it to 24 weeks without reconsulting the public. And so what you have
he'll deny that.
He may well deny it, but it's there in black and white. I've got the 7th version in black and white, hard copy, and it's been lifted to 24 weeks. So the people of the Isle of Man understandably believe they've been consulted, but they haven't been consulted on the most recent thing, which tomorrow will have its first reading in the House of Keys. Sadly, the trajectory with the House of Keys seems to be to let this pass without really critiquing it.